We're live. Hi, honey. Happy Friday. Kara, can you hear me? Something's going on with Dr. Kara Burkhart today. Can you hear me? Okay. Kara's kind of internet challenged. So I'll take the opportunity.
I don't
Can you
see
hear
you.
Are you back? You're internet challenged, honey.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Now, all of a sudden now. Yeah.
Oh no.
And you're moving, it's just a little in slow-mo.
It looks
Maybe you
good.
go out. Maybe go, let me see. No, you're like in slow-mo. So go out and come back in maybe. And
I'm coming back.
Okay. And I'm going to take this opportunity to say, we're talking about longevity and we're talking about blood sugar today and the importance of using blood sugar monitors as a tool for your longevity and looking and assessing over time. One of the things that is the biggest predictor of healthy aging and healthy cells, healthy reduced inflammation. So what we've learned in the last, many years is that the dance for aging beautifully is keeping inflammation at bay, and keeping your blood sugar stable is one of the most important things. So dementia and brain memory loss has been sort of talked about as being type 3 diabetes, that we are doing damage to our brain that will have significant impact when we age, when we have dysregulated blood sugar. And so if you're listening and you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s. I mean, it's such an important tool for some teenagers too, but I'm really speaking to you like as you're in your older years, 60s. Right now is the time to really understand and deep dive into your reactivity to foods and your reactivity to blood sugar. It used to be that the only people that would use blood sugar monitors or glucometers were people with diabetes. And it's such a, the way our system works, you have to have like an illness in order to get the tool to treat the illness. And hello, the great news is now there's a health revolution. People are recognizing that we can use technology on our side, that this is all great to prevent disease and to help healing. Are you back?
I hope so. Is this
Okay,
good?
You came in on your phone, it looks like.
I did.
Okay, great. Nice way to be resilient.
So did you introduce that we're going to be wearing these continuous monitors?
We're stepping into September where we're both wearing our monitors for the month. And mine didn't arrive yet, but Kara's did. So Kara's going to walk you through it. We are doing this because Kara and I, as we're, working with our patients side by side, Kara and I are each other's sort of doctors and health gurus in a sense. Like we really try to help each other have health goals. And for me, mine is, I'm really noticing, I just had my 49th birthday yesterday. And can I just say that my beautiful partner in crime, Kara Burkhart, gave me like the most beautiful, can you see it? Orchid on the planet.
Because they have succulents in the bottom. So everyone out there,
the most beautiful on the planet. When it arrived, I was like, oh my God, am I royalty? This is amazing.
Sometimes that purple color is one of my favorites. I love it. It makes everybody happy. I think it's like this good vibration color, but orchids are awesome presents because they last a long time. So it's like, better than flowers to me. And if you add succulents to it, it's like that much better. So awesome. I'm glad you like them. I love them.
I still have the gorgeous plant you gave me a year ago. I've tried to kill it, but it is hanging on strong and doing super beautiful.
Wow. Oh, that's good because So I am a big believer in giving people plants on their birthdays or for occasions, because then it's like the gift that keeps giving, you know? And so if you just have been to somebody's house and you know, do they have shade? Do they have direct sun? That's all you need to know. You can call up any florist and just tell them the circumstances, and they can help you pick out a plant that'll fit. And then you just tell them like what kind of pot, and you've got a good thing that like, look, you're on year 2.
Oh
Awesome.
my gosh, it makes me so happy. I gave you a wood bowl for your last present, but I
But
was
that's the most gorgeous bowl. It's this Vermont company. Like it's like these lasting things you use every day are like the really good presents, I think.
okay. So Kara's getting ready. So I just want to, Kara, before you bust that out, like let's just, so we're talking about blood sugar regulation as the foundation for hormone balance, mood stability, reduced inflammation, over time, decreased damage to your brain that can contribute to type 3 diabetes, dementia,
Mhm.
and obviously type 2 diabetes. Now, many people that I see are, I don't treat a ton of the standard American patients. I'm a naturopathic doctor. My patients are seeking a naturopathic doctor. Many of them, it's because they've kind of fallen through the cracks in the system, but the majority is because they're interested in health. They want somebody to help kind of research stuff, biohack things. Like that's what our job, and just to kind of, so most of my patients don't fit the bill. They're not eating the standard American diet. They don't carry the extra weight that most Americans can carry, and they still have issues with blood sugar. So I can have a patient that's pretty thin and works out all the time, and her blood sugar is not perfect. And so we use several markers to assess blood sugar: a blood glucose, a hemoglobin A1C, fasting insulin. And there's other things, but those are sort of the main pieces where you're looking over time. And you can just see, and sometimes one will be dysregulated and the other ones are right. But there is definitely a huge blood sugar regulation ish connection. One of the things I want to say is that intermittent fasting has been a big, you know, tool for many women and men trying to control their weight or optimize their energy. It is not the diet for everybody, because many people get extraordinary hypoglycemia, which in turn drives their cortisol, which in turn creates more stress hormones. So the blood glucose monitor, as far as I've seen in working with my patients with it, it is the most personalized feedback that we get in our daily lifestyle choices, and to see what we can do. I had a patient who lost 17 pounds. She didn't like, it was just like that creepy COVID weight where all of a sudden she used to go to work and now she's working at home. And like many of us, like we just stopped walking to the car and walking down the hall and doing all the things that just that movement. And the weight really crept on her, came along with menopause. It was mostly in her tummy. Her blood sugar values were high. It made no sense to her, because when she writes down her diet, it looked like, she was eating a lot of the right foods. Like I definitely identified she wasn't eating enough protein or whatever. She puts the monitor on and boom, she's hyperglycemic a lot. And most of it's because of stress hormones. We worked on her sleep. We worked on the big thing that shifted things for her was the order of operations in which she ate, and actually reducing her fasting time. So like it's so fascinating. But then once it clicked and she was metabolically staying in a good blood sugar level, her weight like just came back to her natural set point, where her body was meant to be, not too skinny, not too, but just right. And then lo and behold, cholesterol got better, all the other numbers got better, menopause symptoms better. I mean, she's on hormone too, but anyway, fascinating.
It is. And I love to use this as a direct measure of people's stress, because if cortisol is high, then your blood glucose is going to stay high so that your body can use that glucose for your muscles in case you have to run at any moment. You know, the volcano goes off, the warships come in, or the planes come in. There's a bear, there's a saber-toothed tiger. What even is that? And why do we always talk about that with sympathetic
Mhm.
nervous system response? I don't know what that is, but I live where there are bears. So yeah, if I saw a bear, my cortisol is going to
For
go up.
you, it would be a rat, my dear. For you, it
Oh,
would be a
a
rat.
rat. If I see a rat, that's way scarier than a bear, honestly, to me. So yeah, if I see a rat, my cortisol spikes,
Sorry, I shouldn't
my
have
blood
even
glucose goes up super, super, super high.
I
And
shouldn't
and
have
it and it's a in our my body's doing what it's supposed to do. It's a normal physiologic response to stress, but that blood glucose being high in my bloodstream is what I want to avoid at all costs. I don't want it high for long. I don't want it spiking and pulling insulin, and then I'm getting insulin resistance. I don't want any of the damage to my blood vessels, my brain, my tissues that this glucose causes. So
your skin.
for me, I'm not doing this for weight loss. I'm doing this because I know from looking at people's lab work and working with patients for all these 20 something years that actually we don't see the damage until it's too late from the glucose. So I think we need to get ahead of this, and that's what these super cool systems, the continuous glucose monitors, helps people do. Is we get ahead of it, we change our lifestyle, our eating, our patterns, everything around it. And so you and I are going to wear these. It's going to be really interesting because as we look at the data and share it with people, you and I are going to have totally different things going on, right? So it's just going to show the individuality because we have such different things in life. So I'm a kind of wimp in a way. Honestly, I do acupuncture every day. I can do it on myself. Those needles are so thin. They're like as thin as a hair. I actually will pass out sometimes if I get a blood draw or if I get like an IV, it super creeps me out. So this thing, if you're one of those people, I'm going to show you, like, I'm doing this to myself. This is not scary at all. So it is a sensor that's going to monitor, you know, in my bloodstream, what's going on with my sugar, but it's not going to hurt. It's not going to be scary. And it's just
Oh
like
my
one
God.
little
If
pin.
you passed out, though, it would be freaking hilarious because we are
I know.
live. So just take a deep breath.
Maybe
Breathe.
we shouldn't have done this live. This is one of those things you learn
Oh my
afterward.
God,
Okay.
it's hilarious. But this is great because our patients, always ask us, like, how does it work and whatever. The new technology that is around, we're using a Freestyle Libre 3, and it syncs with the phone. It gets continuous reads. You do 2 weeks at a time. Each a sensor lasts for 2 weeks. It can be in the shower, it can get wet, it can do all the things. You'll walk around and see people with blood glucose monitors now because it's trending positive, which is a great thing. And we're using an app-based technology that shares all the data with us from our patients, because the frustrating thing before we were switching to this app was before I've had patients, several patients go pick it up at the pharmacy. And then they're like trying to send me screenshots, or they're trying to share these things with me. I don't get enough of the data. And in a sense, I don't get to partner with them as much as we found a new company to work with that we're really excited about, that allows for immediate sharing with the doctor and the team. So our nutritionist, and we can look at it. We can kind of help real time make changes during the process so that patients can make the change while they're still wearing the monitor and see the results while they're still wearing the monitor. It's just this instant feedback loop. So we're really excited.
And people just think, oh, this is just about blood sugar and what you're eating, and it's so much more. So that's what this whole system we're using allows you to look at your whole lifestyle, make changes you want to make as you age. This is anti-aging medicine right here. This is the directions. Okay, ready? So you're supposed to do this kind of after the shower, and you've washed your arm. I did shower, and now I've walked to my acupuncture clinic. I used alcohol on my arm. Everybody should wash before doing this. And then you just unscrew the cap here. This is probably going to be the hardest part. As I said, I got out of the shower and now I have lotion on my hands.
Oh
Let's
my
see.
God. It's like a high stress situation.
This is hilarious. I'm gonna have to
Harry
get
and
Deirdre
I
to come
were
in here.
just in New York, and no one cares, but I got my second piercing. Like, I'm such a baby. I had never even gotten a second piercing. And my daughters were like, can you just have a little more something going on in your ears? Fine. Okay. So I go, and Kara's watching me, and she's like, oh my freaking God, Hillary is the baby. I'm like sheet white, super stressed, like not doing well, kind of not breathing well. I pass out during blood draws. I pass out during, I can do acupuncture and do it on myself, I guess, as well. But like, not, these things are not my friends. So it's good Kara's doing it live, because I would literally be like, bonk.
I thought that was so funny because you look terrified, and getting an earring is not that scary to me. So I was like, wow, that's hilarious. Hillary can do like natural childbirth. She can't do the earring. Hilarious. Okay, so you never know. I love it that you still learn stuff about people. So you unscrew the cap from the sensor. I'm taking it apart. How far up my arm do you think I should put it? Like
It's
right?
like right here, honey. Kind of like the top third.
Like up here, right here? Is it here good?
You're putting it in the back, kind of in between, in the back of your upper arm, just so that it's not really getting knocked around. If it's too low, it'll get knocked around.
Okay, so I'm gonna do it there. That looks like a good spot. So I'm gonna place the sensor applicator over the site and push down firmly to apply the sensor. Do not push on sensor applicator until placed over prepared site to prevent. Okay, this is like, okay, I really should get someone to help me do this.
Do you, I mean, most people do. Can I help you? Can I be that person?
Yes, it's already in. That was it.
Boom! Look at the badass.
I don't know. I mean, I literally think, did you all hear that?
Oh yeah, no,
I actually didn't
definitely
feel
hear it.
anything, which is brilliant because you know how when you bring your kids to do the shot at the doctor, and they you have to be really gentle when you pull it off, and they have this thing where they have
The
they
shot blocker.
confuse your nervous system by putting little like a pad around it. This thing had it. I literally didn't feel that at all. And like I said, I will pass out with blood draws. Remember when I did that, having IVs, when we were learning how to do IVs on each other, and I woke up on the lab table in medical school? Yeah, I didn't live that one down. People still talk about it. It's embarrassing. Okay, so that was it, literally. And now I'm just going to connect it to the app, and I'm done.
That was so awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so in September, we are taking on this new health challenge. We're super fired up. We're still obsessed with food sensitivities. Last night at my party, I had a patient or a woman who did our food sensitivity group, and she came and was like, I just can't even believe how easy how much information it gave me, how much less bloating I have, how much better I feel. So we're still big believers. And we also feel like this measuring your blood glucose is the next step, the next level to understanding how you individually process food and sugar under different conditions. If you've done a workout, if you haven't worked out, if you have a great night's sleep, if you don't have a great night's sleep, if you're going hypoglycemic during the day, how does it impact your sleep? If your blood sugar is high during the day, what happens to your sleep? What happens to you the next day? And this is all just trying to learn and flow with your body in current space and time. And knowing that these things we can totally shift.
We can adjust all of this and make it optimal for preventing all the problems we want to prevent as we're aging and fixing our current inflammations in our body. So I'm excited to see what happens with this.
Do you feel okay?
Oh, I'm totally fine. I want to get off my phone so I can connect to the app.
Oh my God, she's so impatient. Okay, so mine's coming next week. So probably I'm going to Boston this weekend to drop my daughter off in college. So fun. And then when I get back, I'll have mine. We're really looking forward to it. So Doctors in Demand in September, we're basically talking about hormone balance, glucose regulation and monitoring. If you want to jump in and do it with us, you are more than welcome. There's a link down below to join our fun blood sugar experiment and project. Kara and I will be creating a couple monthly meetings to connect and converse and run the group. If you want to jump in and join the link below, you sign up directly with Thea Health, and Thea Health will ship you your blood sugar monitors. You get to connect to the app and get going, which is what Kara's jumping to do right now.
I'll let you know in a few days how this is going. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend.